What is happening, family? Welcome back to the channel. First of all, the bull market is not over. The accelerated phase of the altcoins has not happened yet. Now, there are two camps in crypto. You've got the moon boys that are saying Bitcoin's going to $1 million. And then you've got the doomers who are saying the bull market is over. Now, I do have respect for everybody who's down on their portfolio. What I don't have respect for are the imbeciles who've been doing the same thing for the last 4 years. Some of these imbeciles, I personally know, they comment on my videos every day, despite the fact that they are getting institutional grade level research and guidance. And I'm going to prove a point to you today. So first of all, does anyone know what this chart is? Right? Does anybody understand or know what this chart is? The answer is probably no. So I'm going to go back to how I spoon feed imbeciles that watch my live streams or watch my videos who constantly talk about alt seasons. Right? It's over, it's over, it's over, right? So I've made a 90-day plan for them a month ago. I'm not talking about my normal, usual group of beloved friends within my Discord. I'm talking about, you know who I'm talking about, that those people that just come here with the same shit portfolio that have never worked, never lost everything and built it back up, but they yet still sit on the sidelines. When dips happen, they do nothing, absolutely nothing. April was the same. Now is the same. If Bitcoin goes to 90K tomorrow, it will be the same. But I want to tell you something. Forget the 90-day plan. The liquidity is the lifeblood of the market. Without it, when alt season is the wrong question to ask. Okay? And I'm going to show to you, I'm going to prove to you why these people never learn anything and they don't really deserve to make any money in cryptocurrency. Right now, they're saying the bull market is over. Okay? So right now, liquidity has been drained further, and this happens right before a macro pivot or Fed policy change, right? I'm not lying, am I? It's right there, right? It's drained. Keywords, drained, all right? Peanut heads, listen. Imagine Federal Reserve being a big bank. This is a parking lot, right? Overnight repo facility where money market funds an institution can park their excess cash overnight safely. All right. Now, let me tell you what this car park does. And I'm using your kind of basic language for you to understand this, right? For you to grasp what I'm talking about. In 2021, 2022, this parking lot was stuffed with over 2.5 trillion. Today, it barely touches 20 to 30 billion. Where's your proof? Right? Let's really talk about this, guys. This is now, for the first time in a while, right? This is now starting to turn. And it's all part of the 90-day cycle that we've been in, right? You're seeing this. If I go to the daily, what you're seeing is an uptick here of liquidity. Can you see that? Am I clear for you? Picture me rolling in my 500 Benz. You're seeing the RSI here, right? Starting to cross, and you're seeing this being the lowest point it has been in the last 4 years. So macro pivot when it comes to the liquidity, money markets, cash, whatever you want to call it, that facility has been totally drained. There is no money sloshing around the system. So your shit altcoin is likely to do nothing until the macro conditions turn, which we just had the pivot or the Fed cuts. We're going to have another cut in October. Then we potentially may have one in December. But what is the use of all of this information, DXB? Why are you telling me this? Okay, let's continue. It's basically an empty parking lot, right? This means less surplus cash in the system. Less surplus cash. Banks, funds are using money elsewhere, lending T-bills and risk assets. Treasury has been stuck in liquidity with T-bills issuance. In July, money funds absorbed 66% of the net T-bills. The buffer or the tank is nearly dry, guys. RRP hits zero, the next pool tapped into bank reserves. Okay, if these reserves get stressed, you could see a repo flat rate flare up. Okay, and this is of course similar to what happened with the spike of back in 2019. The big question is, if the T-bill issuance keeps climbing into September while RRP is drained, okay, then of course we are asking the question, which market stresses first? That's what you're seeing in the markets now. Now, why does this matter to Altseason? Altseason is a story of liquidity. Without new liquidity being injected into the system, you cannot sustain or grow, or Altseason will never take off, right? And this is what's happening. This is all done deliberately. Okay, without liquidity, there's no sustained rotation. And of course, you are back to the wasting time kind of mindset that we're seeing. Okay, so good things come to those who wait. Okay, keep setting up, keep building, stacking, even if any dips come, of course, even if we dip, the opportunities there that you've been waiting for. This is the first time in 4 years that this is happening. And again, you know, I don't have problem with those Bitcoin maxes who call for projections that are crazy. Like, crazy projections are fine because it doesn't really affect us. The issue is those people that don't take advantage, they are naturally negative, but they don't take advantage of these dips. And I'm sorry to say, I smelt this from 20 miles, 100 miles even. So I've put together all of this in the Discord, and I've made it available on my live streams. And it gets even worse. You know, I've done a day by day, month by month, minute by minute spoon feeding of exactly what's going to happen on an institutional level. Okay, so there you have it. Now I'm going to talk about what I'm going to do in this particular time. Okay, so, you know, I had an article out called the DXB Wire. It does talk about a lot of this stuff. And again, I gave a month by month breakdown of what these charts mean. This is 2021, guys. This is an unprecedented time when the top of this facility was peaked, right? With quantitative easing, it crashed. Now, it doesn't stay flatline, right? It does not stay flatline for long, and it gets a massive, massive uplift, and it should pump back up. Now, in addition to that, we are also looking at the possibility of a wider market move once we clear these levels on the stock market, micro caps. And of course, crypto is, like I've said previously, crypto is a shadow of this. And so far, we have hit levels of 2021. We've peaked here, we've attempted, we got rejected, and we had this massive V recovery. This is the top in December. All right. Look how unbelievable these micro cap stocks, December 2024, and then now we have September 2025. Guys, this is bound to break out. Okay, whether you like it or not, this is absolutely bound to break out and go into price discovery. It just happens all the time. Nothing you can do, nothing I can do about it. And then, of course, let's have a look at the total 3. What we're seeing here is that retracement back into this ratio. This is an important chart. So total 3 minus USDT divided by Bitcoin. So this is the true value of the entire total 3 right now. And you can see here, total 3 on the weekly is oversold. But where do we go next? We come back down into these lower levels around this 30.3% ratio. Okay. But you can see all the resistance there. This is your true Altseason. And you know what? I did talk about something that I said in this chart. If you remember a couple of weeks ago, I told you this chart has never, ever taken off without tapping this 0.21 ratio level. Never. It's never done that before. It would have been the first time that this happened. But this is so clear that you don't really need to do anything other than just look at this, right? So 2 prior cycles. All right. So let's go. Let's show you guys exactly what's happening here. So if you look at 2017, We've hit this 21 to 24% ratio. If you look at 2021, we've hit it there, but we've not seen it in 2025. We've not seen it at all. The lowest we got to was this 0.31 ratio. And in my opinion, we could potentially see a third tap because it's happened there. Look, it's happened here, it's happened here, and it's likely to happen here. But look how close we are. We did break out of it. Maybe we come back down and we just get on this particular level here. Until this idea is invalidated, right? We don't move into a bear market. Until we tap this level, there is no confirmation of a true alt season. So what that tells me is this total 3 chart divided by Bitcoin is the real deal because it's a bull market predictor. Okay, it is a confluence for the smaller altcoins to confirm that. Again, I would like to just remind you, this level was tapped in previous bull markets, right? And it's not even that, it is further down. So if we go here, we will show you exactly what we mean by this. So the bull market is over, according to a lot of people, but yet we haven't really done that one simple thing that we need to do on the total 3. So remember that. Now, it's irrelevant to talk about projects. Of course, I've been banging on about certain projects. I've been banging on about Tau. Fantastic project. If it comes down to 250, I'm taking full advantage of it. Will I see 250? Will I see a SUI at 250? Will we see Solana below or around $170, $180? These are all questions, but all these projects have ecosystems, okay? Epic Chain is one that I've been loading on. I do have a SUI gem at a SUI AI at AI level, and I will talk about that. But again, I'm addressing you to let you know that the bull market is not over. Despite the performance that we're seeing right now, it is something that we've all understood and we've all taken within a, we've all taken this on. And of course, Bitcoin is likely, if it comes back down, it's likely to come back down below 110,000 first, and then we see what happens there. But of course, you have Ethereum with a very important level at 3,500. Okay, this level actually where we've been. I mean, I did say the other day that it was going to come and test 4,200. People didn't believe that. Yes, we did. We smashed through it. But this is the range, right? Ethereum can actually go as far as where we are now to about 3,500 is the level. And I think that we even have a gap over here. So let that roll. It's actually in an institutional order block. And of course, we need to tap that liquidity. It could well be a wick that we get, but that is a level for Ethereum right now. Market's not genuinely, I mean, it's, look, SUI is holding, stays holding. Near Protocol is not coming down below $3, right? You're seeing various different things. I mean, Solana weekly is an interesting chart. We may come back and again tap this bottom of this channel. But so far on the weekly, the RSI is oversold. And this is when you start buying Solana meme coins, when this chart hopefully corrects a bit more. But what you're seeing is, look, Solana meme coins here. You got a dog with hat heading down on the weekly. Overall, one of the strongest ones that I've traded this year. It made me a lot of money just by taking longs and shorts on it because I know how this chart moves. But dog with hat is a good one to trade, usually solid. Let's have a look at Apto's still at the bottom. I mean, this will be, again, it's a good trade. If you catch this trade, you'd be able to make some decent buck on it as and when it moves. But the RSI has been all over the place. And this is the most depressing chart in all of crypto, which tells me sooner or later it's going to come and just do that, right? Like literally not in a straight line. Again, it will take time for this to play out. But whenever it bottoms, it should come back and climb up to, climb up to new highs. This is an easy way to make money because this asset's still at $4 So if you trade out there, you could take advantage of that. But overall, guys, I will be talking about specific altcoins that I'm buying, but I hope this helps you and tells you that we are far from being done yet. Liquidity, I told you, like liquidity. That's it. The exchange manipulation always continues. And of course, people will always say, oh yeah, look what's happening right now. Look who's going to bleed. If Bitcoin now all of a sudden goes the other direction, majority of liquidity is to the upside. It is a dirty game. If we look at this on a 48 hours, right, liquidity is still to the upside. And everybody's expecting a direct run to go to this. Why would Bitcoin go and grab, 20, 10, 12 million liquidity when you've got all of this juice here? So it may come back and wick up and clear all of that before it does something else. But when you're looking at these things, bearing in mind, we're not day traders, guys. Always take a long-term view. And again, if you look at this over the week, this is a bear trap, man. I'm telling you right now, this is a bear trap. Look at that liquidity that's building up to the upside. Not even so far high, like literally at a what is this? 118,000. Wow. That's insane. That's a lot of money up there. So you never know which way it's going to go, but don't listen to the market. Listen to yourself. Take advantage of what you need to take advantage of. And of course, the bull market continues for me until I say otherwise. Take care, guys.